Today we are going to discuss the ticketing system of Utiliko. Tickets are generally used for any remote troubleshooting, anything that does not require a tech to be dispatched. If you go to support tickets, you will see the Kanban view here. You cannot change these statuses here. They are fixed within the system. If you want to go to a list view, you can see the list view here. Notice that you have your visibility option where you could hide anything that is not relevant to you or you don't care to see that information. If we go back to our Kanban view, we can create a new ticket automatically here. Select the company name by searching for it. Any information that has already been filled out for that client will automatically populate here. It is important to note that you can create a ticket only for clients. You cannot create a ticket for leads, because leads are not clients yet. You can select a category. You can add as many categories as you need. You could select your department, the subject line, and give it a note. If you need to attach anything to the files, you could do that here and create your ticket. You can also create a new ticket by going to the plus sign on the top right and going to new tickets. If we go to the detail page of the ticket, you could see the client information here, the person who's responsible for communication from the client side. You can see the project manager and the ticket owner assigned to this ticket. You can add more to it if you need to. For example, we'll select a couple of random people, assign them as project managers and ticket owners. How long when was it created, how long has it been since it was opened, and how long has it been since it has been inactive. Here you have the details of the ticket, what category it's in, what priority it's on, how much time has been spent on it, the billing status, if it's been billed or not billed. This is very important because it allows you to keep track of any ticket that has been billed and anything that has not been billed. And then any tasks that are planned or anything that has been previously completed. If you start timer here, this keeps track of your time, so it adds it to this time, and you could use that for billing purposes if you need to. If you go to the comment section, this is all the comments that has been added. Notice this was entered on behalf of the client by an employee. You could type in your comments and submit reply, which will just automatically move it to an answer ticket. Submit it as customer reply, submit and close it, submit as in progress, or submit as on hold. If you go to the attachment section, you could attach anything to the ticket, any relevant pictures, documents. You have your invoice section. Because you created the invoice directly from this section, it will automatically relate it to the client and relate it to the ticket specifically. So if I click on this invoice, I will see that it's related to that ticket, and if I click on a ticket, it will bring me directly to the ticket page. So it makes it very easy to know what that information is for or what the invoice was for, and if the client asks, why did you guys bill me for this, you could come back to the ticket and say this is why. If you need to generate an estimate, you could do that directly from here. If the customer accepts it or declines it, you could do that here, or the customer can electronically accept it from their side. You could also email it directly to the customer right here without having to attach it as a PDF. Just simply click on email and you'll be able to send it out from here. These are your timesheets, so every time that you clock in and out, it will automatically keep track of that here. Any related tasks that are to be completed could be related to a specific ticket directly here. And then your private notes, notice that private notes are for your company and your employees, not for a client. The client will not be able to see private notes. And then lastly, any email communication will also be visible here. So you do not have to go to your inbox and search for information of what you talked to that client about. You could just simply click on the email thread and read the information that was either sent by your employees to the client or by client sent to your employees. Lastly, you've got your time bar here. It just keeps track of the time bar that was on Kanban view. This is a great idea to visually see how many days the ticket has spent in each stage before it gets to this final resolved stage. You could get a certificate of work completion by clicking on this. If you have defined a template, it will open up the certificate of work completion. This is very handy because if you have the Utiliko app, you could be on site, or you could just get a signature sign off. You could lock the ticket so no one can actually make any modifications to it. You could edit the information on the ticket, you could delete it or pin it to your dashboard so you could keep track of the progress of this ticket. Let's go back to the ticket section, and now let's see how we can customize some of this information. If you go to Utilities and go to Settings, you'll notice you have a ticket settings. Here you can create as many categories as you want. You could assign a color to every category, you could auto assign it, and you could delete categories, edit them, etc. If you go to the settings section, you could choose your default department, you could choose your default priority, and your default status. If you want to auto assign tickets, you could do that. Reply ratings, open tickets that you want to be able to reopen or not. If the customer can resolve a ticket or they can change priorities, you could enable those. And then you have a series of options here in terms of where the reply button will be, whether on the top of the section of the ticket or at the bottom. You could make any changes in here, save them, and they will real-time update when you go into your support and ticket section here. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you found the video very helpful to run your operation.